get up, it's time to slam now. We got the real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. Here's your chance, do your dance at the Space Jam. Alright.
My camera's so messed up in this scene. What's happening? Oh no! No, wrong way! No! Turn another! Turn another! There we go! Wait, transform. Hit the screen. We made it! We made it! Hold on, I gotta get this thing to focus on me. Wait, am I echoing? You guys hear an echo? Interesting choice of music. Wait, am I echoing to you guys right now, or are you not hearing the echo anymore? Man, what a scuffed intro. Holy. Not for me. Okay, cool. All right, I just wanted to make sure. We can be done with that music. I just... Guys, what is happening? Okay. Let's do this. I have no idea if this music's any good. Welcome, everybody. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. First of all, if any of you guys are playing tomorrow, you need to be in bed right now, so you should not be watching this. Eric, we have a very firm policy here that we are very kind to the like button, okay? We are very nice to the like button in this part of the internet, so lightly press the like button, the like button if you would. Welcome everybody. First of all, if you can't tell, here, let me turn this. If you can't tell, I got merch finally. Look at this. Hold on. It's here. Let me show you the other one here real quick. Okay. Here, this camera angle's terrible. So here's the actual like playing jersey, which I think is just absolutely incredible. Turned out, when everything was all said and done, it turned out so nice. Okay, let me take this off. Hold on. So, assuming everything goes without a hitch, you guys should be able to place orders tomorrow. I'm hoping to have the form done tomorrow. So, I had the form actually done. I just needed to make sure I could actually take, or I could, I could responsibly take payment and then send it off to Dizana. So, Nick Kelling, what's up? Welcome. So that much I'm really excited about. I know it's been a long time coming. It's been a long journey to get this this merch here, but it is finally here. I'm very happy with it. I think it'll be awesome. You guys will want to get your orders in soon. It sounds like the turnaround window is like 3 to 4 weeks, which is kind of long, but no, come on, man. I get two jersey. I get a dry fit t-shirt and a jersey out, and the first question from you, Bam Bam, is no hats? Come on. I'm sure we'll do hats here at some point in the future, but I just want to see. The thing is, guys, when push comes to shove, you know me how I like hats. So the thing is, when push comes to shove and people are actually asked to pay money for something, it's that's when you're really going to gauge gauge the interest of something. So I don't want to like go down the route of making a bunch of different stuff if people aren't that interested in it, and that's totally fine if they're not. But if you guys are interested in either of those things, the way to order it is going to be through a contact form that'll be found on the Discord server. It will probably be linked in descriptions at some point in the future, but just so you know, if you want first access to ordering those, you'll have to be on the Discord server to find that link. I'll try to make it very visible, and I'll try to have it incorporated throughout all my videos, but just be aware of that. I ordered custom jerseys from Daizana for my team, and it took a while to get produced and shipped, but worth the wait. Quality is great. Yeah, and I know that they had some issues with shipments getting lost by the carrier. So, but without getting too sidetracked from that, so that's the first thing I wanted to announce to you guys is merchandise is here. Hopefully I'm actually like in focus. I'm not sure if my camera's picking me up in focus. As always, be sure to join the Discord server. I say it a billion times. It's funny how many times it takes me to say this before people actually do. Please join the Discord server. It'll be the place to chat, to talk to the other people within the community, to play games. We've already been playing some various games together, like Escape from Tarkov, Battlefield 4. I know that some people have been playing a lot of Valorant. We got a lot of Valorant players in there. So if you enjoy video games, you enjoy chatting, be sure to join. We're also going to do... I've gotten the server set up such that we can start doing like more community events and more like live events on the Discord server. So I think that'll be fun. And also, I said this in the Discord server, but moving forward for World Cup, that people who are members of the YouTube channel or Twitch subscribers, whether that's just like a regular subscription, tier 1, 2, 3, or Twitch Prime sub, and no matter what membership you are, those people are automatically given, if you link your Discord server to either of those accounts, Twitch or YouTube, or your Discord account, you will get access to a private channel called the SVPs. I think it's just called SVPs right now, actually, which is where I'm going to be putting the breakouts moving forward from World Cup moving forward. The primary reason for that is because I want to give more to those who are supporting. I want to offer more value to them who are supporting the channel. And again, guys, if you have Amazon Prime and you have Twitch and you link the two, you can subscribe to the channel for free. So you could effectively get what I'm talking about absolutely free, or you could spend like $3 a month if you want. Again, it's super cheap, but I'm just trying to make sure that those people who have been supporting the channel that way feel like they're getting value out of that support. And so I'm not going to be hiding anything else behind, I said I would do workout schedules, and I still plan to do that, but I'm not talking about like drills. Like, I'm going to share with you guys all that information. I'm going to share with you drills. I'm going to share with you different things that you can then take and make your own workout routines. But when it comes to like people in my community asking me like, hey, this is something I'm really struggling with, can you come up with a routine for me to improve that? That's the kind of value that I want to start offering to my members and Twitch subscribers. And also, anything that's like requires a ton of deep diving into the layout specifically, whether that's for 3-man or 5-man, that's again something I want to make sure that those people have access to. And so be aware of that as well. I don't know if there's really anything else to say before we kind of jump into it. So firstly, thanks again everybody who's been supporting the channel up until this point. We are almost at 500 members in the Discord server, which is absolutely bonkers. It's pretty insane to me how many people are there. So, but I figured maybe the best way to, I don't know, I want to do something a little bit different in how we talk about the predictions this time around. I know that in the past we've always done this Google spreadsheet and stuff, and I think that's really fun. I think the more entertaining thing about those spreadsheets when I have done them is to see other people's opinions on that and have people submit that to the Discord server. But it's also that it's just not really fun to like watch me think like about who's going to win what series. It usually causes a lot of people to leave, and that's totally fine. It is somewhat boring. So, and really the top 4 is really all that people care about. And so I don't want to spend a bunch of time trying to like sift through the group stages of the tournament to then just get to the tournament bracket itself. I'd rather just like figure out who's going to move on to Sunday and how we think certain teams are going to perform, and kind of go from there, and have you guys chime in on that as well. So we're going to look at that. We're going to look at what you guys voted for on the community page on my YouTube channel as far as who you think is going to win out of each group. I'll just say right up front, you guys are super boring. You guys are You guys pretty much picked the first seed in every group to win, with the exception of one, which if Dan were here, he'd be pretty upset. But then I'm also going to answer some questions that you guys have asked in the Discord server, especially for those who are a part of the SVPs that have asked questions about like what I look for in a paintball gun, which I think would be a fun conversation to look at or to have really quickly before we get too deep into this. So let me turn down the music a little bit. So I was asked, like I said, Dynasty, Iron Man would be fun too. I know I'm boring. I would love the Hurricanes to make it to Sunday and get to quarters. That would be so sweet. I'd love the Hurricanes to not make it, to make it but not be a wild card making it in, so they have good seating. I don't know why my son's having a really hard time sleeping right now, which is really sad. So I've been asked this question a lot. Like I said, about which companies or what features I look for in a gun. And let me actually just pull up DLX TM40. Let me just explain, and I'll use some other examples. Die M3 Plus, and I'll switch scenes here in a second, guys. DSR Plus. Man, kiddo, why are you having such a hard time? All right. So, sorry if you guys can hear that. Oh. Nope. Sorry, guys. Give me just a second. Why? Come on. Okay, whatever. I have no idea. I don't know what happened to all my scenes, but that's the reason why things are kind of going a little haywire here. But let me answer this question really quickly, and then we can get further into the pre-game. This is all pre-game stuff, guys. We're just hanging out. We're chilling. We're talking about the tournament. We're interacting with chat. So I feel like in order for me to answer this question, I have to kind of break it up into different categories of people. Okay. So if I were to talk to brand new players that weren't sure if they were going to play tournaments or not, really, if you ask me, like, I know that somebody in this Discord server like posted a link to like some pump guns on eBay that were like $150. And really, guys, like, whatever you spend from $0 to like $200, you're gonna pay for what you get. Would love to see the Emerald Kings pop off this event. Absolutely. I-75 represent. Heat all the way, dude. I'm all for heat. I'll tell you my 2 cents about that here in a second. But I certainly understand if people aren't really sure if they're wanting to get into tournaments or they just really want to play, and that's totally fine. But your enjoyment of the sport is going to change dramatically if you just invest a little bit of money, right? And I don't really know like of an apt comparison because I haven't really played a whole lot of other sports besides paintball. But I would imagine it would be like buying a really like super scuffed soccer ball secondhand where the seams are like kind of ripping and the outside materials kind of like curling around itself, trying to play soccer on, just in general, trying to play soccer. I just don't think that's very fun, right? So in my opinion, I really wish it wouldn't zoom in, but whatever. In my opinion, if you want to have a good time with paintball, whether that's just rec ball or maybe even teasing the idea of playing something in tournaments, my recommendation would be to buy a marker that's at least $350 plus. I think if you spend a marker between $350 and $400, or sorry, excuse me, $350 to $500, you're likely going to get a great experience. And obviously, your mileage is going to vary if you're buying in the secondhand market, but you can get really good guns used, right? I mean, let me see if I can. I don't really know very many like secondhand places to look at stuff, but we could pull up Facebook here really quick. So I mean, I've seen M2s. I've seen die M2s for like $400 before, $450, and those are great guns if you can get your hands on them. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to find like the listings here off the bat because it doesn't look like it. Topics doesn't look like it, but in any case, I think if you're willing to spend that kind of money, you're going to get a gun that'll last you a while, especially if you take care of it. But you'll also get a gun that's got pretty modern, decent features. You know, there's some features that for me are very important in guns. You know, having a good, so I don't want to like talk to you guys as if you don't know anything about paintball guns, but you also, some of you guys also have to realize the people that talk to me in some cases, like who message me on Instagram and stuff, are like brand new to the sport. So I kind of have to talk to both audiences. So one of the most important features to me is the ASA down here in the bottom, and that's for whatever reason I just really care about the quality of the ASA. Now, you certainly don't have to get like these super fancy like pop-off valves and stuff that you can just like squeeze and they come off super easily or whatever, but having an ASA that engages and disengages your tank really smoothly, or just, you know, doesn't run into any sort of wear and tear issues, is really, really important to me. Because I've played paintball in the era where they were all screw knobs, and it was such a pain to screw on the air and screw off the air in times where you had like big gaps in the day or whatever the case was, and it just feels like it wears on the gun more. Whereas when you have these like latches or just release valves that are super easy, that's pretty nice. And you'll find that in any sort of new tournament or modern tournament gun, you know, ranging from 1200 to 1900 when they were new. But those guns, like if you find a die M2 now, that gun's pretty old. That gun came out in like what, 2016, and so that gun has that feature. It's a little bit different. It's kind of like a side twist, but that to me is a really nice feature. I also really like having these feed necks be just clamps on the top. I don't love having to screw on and off like an Allen key just to tighten it around the loader itself. But again, it's not the biggest deal in the world. That's truly not a big issue at all. So I know that I think this one has a release valve, or not a release valve, but like a clamp. Most modern guns do, but that's something to note. Let's see what you guys are saying. I have an LV2 and I love it. It's like buying a Walmart skateboard versus a legit board. Yeah, actually, that's a good comparison. Gaming PCs could be a good comparison. That's true. Yeah, it would be like, it really just depends on what you guys want to do, right? Like, so, I mean, again, I don't know how many of you guys are gamers in here, but like, if you were wanting to play, well, that's a tough comparison because like games like Valorant and League of Legends, really you can run them on like potatoes. But let's not do esports specifically, but like if you wanted to play, let's say Escape from Tarkov, or just like a super modern game on ultra graphics, or at least you wanted to have the ability to do that, you would need to even just buy a rig that could have the space for a modern card, or to make sure that you buy a power supply that can have the headroom for those types of components that you'll be buying in the future. Certainly your build is going to change, right? You might get like a really bare bones motherboard. Might get like a i5 or even an i3 or an R3 CPU, and then you might try to find like a used graphics card just to even get into the space, and then find out that you really like it. But if you don't want to spend a bunch of money again, then you should probably buy like a 650 or 700 watt power supply, right? You don't need it for the components that you have, but if you do decide to upgrade, you're prepared to do so, or have a case that you don't have to replace once you decide to essentially build it brand new from the inside. So the same is true for paintball, in my opinion. I just think it's always worth the investment to buy a gun that is going to last you a long time, because in the worst case scenario that you decide you don't like the sport, then you can always sell that gun, and a lot of markers are really holding their value. Like, I would argue even dye, which has notoriously not held its value, does so very well. Especially the DSRs, like the DSR pluses and even the regular DSRs have really held their value. So in my opinion, you can do really well to find really good secondhand versions of these. And if you know what, guys, you probably know people at your local field that are sponsored by one of these companies, which I can pull up Planet Eclipse as well. Sorry, I don't mean to be exclusive to these two brands, but because Planet Eclipse has a whole slew of products that have essentially different price points attached to them. So I'll be honest, I don't really know like a bunch of Planet Eclipse's like the breadth of their products anymore, just because I don't shoot Planet Eclipse. So like, I don't even know what the difference is between these two. I guess this one's the electric version, this one's the mechanical, it looks like. And then here's the LV2, CS2 Pro. So you can find a lot of these guns secondhand for like $500. Like the CS2 Pro, from what it sounded like in chat, you could. Shocker amp, yeah. Soccer's definitely the boots. I never got great ones until I played in college and we were given the Adidas top of the line. Was the super? Yes, absolutely. I have an M2, paid $300. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've sold M2s for $400, but that was like in 2018, so 2 years after. So I think used DSRs, not pluses, are a good price right now. I agree with you. What does it mean when a team sells their spot? So I assume you're talking about the NXL Pro division. When a team sells their spot, so the NXL is a franchise league. I'm not going to pretend like I know exactly what that means, or to the extent that I do, but all that I know is that in order, like it was moving forward, I think in 2020, 2021, teams had to purchase their slots. You still had to prior to this, but like sponsors and I think pro teams had an increase in how much it cost them to play. I don't remember, but I know the sponsors like had to essentially pay to be sponsors of the league. But pro teams have to essentially pay for their slot in the pro division. I think it's a one-time fee and it's like $20,000. And if you sell your spot, I'm not sure the rules specifically. I don't know. I know it has to be overseen by the NXL. I'm pretty sure, but I don't imagine that the NXL is involved in that transaction other than the approval of it, but that's where I'm not sure at all. So like, for example, when Trade My Gun Outlaws were leaving the division, the pro division, I think before the year ended, or maybe it was at World Cup, I can't remember, but Trade My Gun Outlaws were not going to re-up their spot in the pro division. And so their spot was open, but I don't think it was at the end of the season for some reason. And so because that's the case, if a team wants to come into the pro division at that point, they have to essentially buy their slot. And I think it is from Trade My Gun Outlaws, but somebody in chat could correct me. I scooped a Lux X with the ACP tip and a freak kit with only 2,500 shots on it for 900. See, exactly. Like, you can get some really, really good deals. Heck, guys, I have a Lux Ice that I need to sell. And I'd be willing to I'd really be willing to give a great price for it. I don't know exactly just yet, but I'd be willing to give a great price for that gun for somebody in this community, like who's on my Discord server. So if you guys are interested in a Lux Ice, like, and I want to sell it to somebody who does not have a good gun already. So if you are kind of newish to the sport or whatever, and you're interested in getting like a tournament quality gun, reach out to me on Discord and I'd be happy to facilitate a conversation about that. The CS1 is about 550. It's a good secondhand sight. Gosh, I get so many of these bugs nowadays getting on my monitor. Picked up a GS Mini when I got back in a few months ago and just ordered a DSR Plus as an upgrade. That's kind of what I'm trying to get at, is that like, if you're getting back into the sport and you know you're going to play it, just bite the bullet, because now you've got a GS Mini, which you're not going to ever use over your DSR Plus. Even as a backup, that would be a pretty bad downgrade, in my opinion. I don't think the GS Mini is a bad gun at all, but the ergonomics are wildly different. The feature set and the quality of those guns is wildly different, but it sucks that you had to spend like $300 for a GS Mini, right? Or however much those are going nowadays. FPS does benefit a lot from higher frame rate, though. Sorry, I'm not sure what I said that. Okay, yeah, sorry. I grabbed a 170 worth. Absolutely. 170s are great. Right now I have an amp and I want a Lux or a LV next. Yeah, so here's the thing. I have no issues with Shocker. I just don't love the amp. We had a lot of issues with the amp when we first got ours. I know a lot of other people did, but they've certainly been corrected. It's just, I hate batteries. I think the fact that that gun has a battery for the sake of cost is not worth it to me. That's just a modern feature that I'm unwilling to go back on. especially because the battery drains regardless of it being running. At least that's what it feels like. So what's everyone else's favorite used marker sites? Yeah, let me know what you guys let me know what the used marker sites are that you guys look at, and I'll definitely check it out. There are some that I'm unwilling to show on stream because I don't want to implicitly promote them, and I know some of you guys know what I'm talking about. And in fact, there is one I will absolutely. Oh, I'm already here. Lone Wolf. Yeah, I will absolutely support Lone Wolf. Those guys are great. Those guys are awesome. I'm not sponsored by them, just so you know. That was my question on Discord also. Yeah, I think we talked about that. I completely agree about brightening the bullet. Oh, in a video that I had previously. Let's see. I have a TM40, but looking into CS2 thoughts, guys. I mean, I think you're not gonna have any issues with either. I mean, certainly there are some people that just have to have their hands on multiple types of guns. So, and that's totally cool. But at least I actually really like the CS2s. I like the GO4s. I like a lot of Planet Eclipse stuff. I never could shoot it because I was sponsored by Lux. So, my entry marker was the GO4. Jeez Louise. Trying the mini with some local tournament guys and decided to just buy the GO4 on my first marker and now running the CS2. Nice, dude. I don't actually know the difference between the GO4 and the CS2. I thought the CS2 was older. I love my GO4. In my opinion, only worth it if you really have the ergos of the CS2 over the TM40. When I started, I bought an ETHA 2. Then not even a month later, I bought a 170 and stuck with it over 2 years. Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, I just feel like paintball is such an addicting sport that it's really hard to not just, commit yourself to the money, right? And like I said, I'm not gonna like say the prices, but guys, if you know somebody who is sponsored by one of these companies, just have a chat. Just have a chat. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not telling you that they're gonna do anything for you one way or the other. Heck, even without being shady about it, those guys might have a used gun that they'd be willing to sell to you, right? I'm not saying that I'm not trying to like say there's going to be some backdoor deal or anything, but like if you're sponsored by a company, you're usually getting a great price on your markers. So that means that those guys would probably be willing to part with their markers used for a good deal, a really good deal. Let me just say that. So just be on the lookout, right? That's all. You certainly don't want to get people in trouble, but let's see. Difference is the IV core versus gamma core pro. Oh, okay. Interesting. G4 is IV core. CS2 is gamma core. Is one better than the other? I thought the gamma core was older. I started right at the beginning of this year. The Lux is my first marker. I just hear a lot about PE. So here's the thing, guys. You want a hot take? You want a random hot take, and then we'll get into the predictions. Okay, I'll be done talking. I didn't talk about all the features of a gun here, but here's my hot take. I think Planet Eclipse is an absolute workhorse within the paintball space, but what I don't like about Planet Eclipse is primarily that I feel like they lack passion comparative to other companies. Now, that's like a weird thing to say because when you look at the GO4, like, my goodness, look at this gun, dude. This thing is gorgeous. And who cares about the ETHA? It's not intended. It's not, it's like the Civic. It's like the Honda Civic, or rather the Toyota Camry of paintball guns, right? This thing is going to do you right, but it's not going to look pretty doing it, okay? This gun, beautiful, right? They look great. My only issue is that there's so many iterations of essentially the same design, and it feels like they all are receiving the same sort of iterative improvements, which is great. That's not a bad thing. But just simply because there are a lot less guns from other manufacturers, it makes every improvement or every iteration feel that much more special. I know that seems kind of silly and backwards, but when I look at a TM40, to me, I see a lot of passion in their design. I know it seems kind of odd, and I'm not talking about just the Ano or whatever, but like I personally think that there's a lot more passion in the feel and the handling of this gun. I don't really even like the way that Planet Eclipse's shoot, or rather, the shot is great. I don't love the sound of the gun at all. I think it sounds way too like puffy. I don't love it. I like the snappy sounds of guns, which both the DSR Plus and the TM40 are like. I think the M3 Plus is also on that same level. But like these ones sound very like floofy, like I don't know. It's not my thing. But these are incredible guns, really good. No issues whatsoever with Planet Eclipse. I used to shoot Planet Eclipse all the time back in the day when they first came out with their Egos. Like I had an 05 Ego, I had an 06. I've shot plenty of their guns, but that's just me. So, but as far as specific features, one thing I will say is when I was shooting die on the die M2, this LCD screen is OLED, whatever. That screen is on another level, dude. That is an incredible screen. That's a really hard thing to move away from if you have gotten used to it, but you don't necessarily need it. You know, there's a lot of guns that most guns don't have it. But that's something I really enjoy about the die M3 or the die M2. But also their little like controller thing on the back of the gun is really, really nice as well. So, you know, whatever, to each their own. But the thing I care most about is I care about toolless assembly and disassembly, or at least with like the basic like maintenance stuff, right? Mostly the eye covers. In the case of the die M3, like, or the DSR Plus, like the eye pipe system, super easy to take out and clean, and the bolt especially. I hate using tools to take apart the bolt. That's just something I'm unwilling to go back on because when it came out, it was like the coolest thing ever that you just didn't have to use any Allen keys or anything. So to me, that's a really important feature. And I also really just like simplicity. So any sort of bolts that are very simple to, you know, take apart and put back together, I love that. Truth be told, most bolts are like that, but obviously you start to get into like trickier scenarios when you go back in time, when you start getting used guns and stuff. So, but that's just me. And that's why I really like the TM40. Honestly, the hardest thing about the TM40 when it comes to assembly and disassembly are two things. One, taking off the eye covers can be really hard, and it's kind of you have to like be able to finesse it to get it off. But two, taking on and off the mech frame and having it seat correctly has been an absolute nightmare. Other people have not had the issue that I've had, and I know what I need to do to like get it to not leak, but I cannot get it to not leak. So that's just me, but that thing is super, super annoying. From what I understand, Planet Eclipse, I'm not sure about die, but Planet Eclipse's like mech frame is like super, super straightforward. I don't know if it requires wires to be disconnected from the frame, but that's the reason why I like the TM40 is because it's completely, there's no wires from the eyes to the actual frame itself when you're taking it apart. That makes it really nice. So that's me personally. But so I really care about toolless assembly and disassembly. I care about the ASA being really easy to turn on and off. Obviously, I care that it's electronic and has, you know, essentially all the standard features you would in a modern marker. And more than anything, when I hear about a gun, any sort of improvements and features that come to a gun in a next generation, what I care about most is what is the efficiency of that gun and how consistent is it under the chrono. Those are the two things that I care about probably more than anything else. If I can get a gun that shoots within 3 FPS every single time I shoot because I board it correctly and the paint's in good condition, then that takes high precedence over anything else. One of the things that I really like about the Lux is that it doesn't have an HPR, or excuse me, an LPR that you need to really mess with. There is an LPR from my understanding, maybe, I don't know, somebody can correct me, but the M3 Pluses, or at least the M2s, had an LPR, and it was kind of a nightmare to adjust. I don't know if they still do, but and from my understanding, somebody can correct me in the chat, HPR is essentially your chrono. It's what you're primarily adjusting. It's the high pressure that pushes the bolt forward. The LPR is the counter pressure of the air pushing the bolt backwards. So there's a resistance and a tension there that you need to have kind of dialed in for you one, to not slam the ball and break it in your chamber, but also for the bolt to be able to clear when you are essentially reloading the chamber every time you cycle the bolt. I could be wrong. If somebody wants to correct me, please feel free. But that should be correct. Local field had sponsors with PE, so got the Geo on discount, saved money. Definitely talked to local dealers. Yes, absolutely. Got an EMET because I was just playing Rec, then got an ETHA 2. Now I'm at a 170R and I love it. Next step is a CS3 whenever that comes out. Oh, yeah, that'd be cool. Somebody's got an announcement at World Cup, right? Who do we speculate is going to have a new gun this year? I don't think Die is, because I think one, they just released their DSR Plus, but two, a lot of people's complaints about Die has been that they released a new gun every year and it was really hurting the value of their guns, and so they took that to heart. But obviously, Planet Eclipse just released their LV2, so I don't really feel like they're going to release a new gun anytime soon. Maybe there's going to be something from like Lux or like Shocker, maybe. I don't know, because the amp came out before the TM40, so they might be in a position to release something. I don't think Field 1 is ready to release their G6R clone yet, so I'll be curious what's going to be at World Cup this year. I love my M2. Only thing I don't like about the die eye pipe is that they break. Well, that's the thing. So if you got an eye pipe, if you used a die gun around the M2 era, which I think was the first time they used that system, I don't think the DM15s or 14s or whatever used that. I could be wrong. Maybe they did actually, but their eye pipes are really strong now from what I was told, and two, what I could tell. So their eye pipes are very, very strong. Certainly over the course of however many shots, we'll call it 30, 40,000 shots, maybe it's going to start wearing down, but that's true for anything, right? You could argue like, oh, well, I don't like it that my O-rings break. You know, it's like, well, they're going to break at some point, right? So I think their eye pipe system is actually really nice and a super easy way to clean it's a great way to keep the integrity of your eyes, right? Because right now my biggest issue with my TM40 is that I need to buy new eyes, and it's only been like a season's worth, right? I need to buy new eyes. I've actually already had to replace them once. So M3 Plus is amazing, smoothest shot in paintball. The thing I also care about, though I didn't say this and it's not something I'd really put on a big list because I'd be willing to compromise on this, is ergonomics. The M3 Plus and the DSR Plus have the best ergonomics of a paintball marker, hands down. No questions asked. I have small hands, so obviously they fit me really well. And I know a lot of people swear by the ergonomics of the Planet Eclipse guns, but when I talk about passion within a paintball marker, it is exactly that. I feel like the ergonomics of every other gun is unique. It has a lot of style. Like the M3s and like really the die for a long time since they created their ultralight frame has been all about that sleek feeling grip. It feels so good, dude. That grip is incredible. And I agree, and I like the TM40 for the same reason. Even this front grip, even though this kind of looks janky, that foregrip is actually really comfortable for the way that I hold my gun. I cannot stand shooting. Let me not be so aggressive. I really just don't like the ergonomics of the CS2, GO4, even the LVs. I haven't held an LV2, but it looks kind of the same. They're always really fat to me, and they promote this type of grip, right? So when you're playing, they promote your thumb going underneath, or at least, maybe not promote's the right word, but they encourage a lot of people to do that because you have so much clearance down here. But this is how I hold my gun, right? I like to have my thumb, which I can see there's a slot for that, but I like to be able to counterbalance my gun when I shoot. I don't do this necessarily. I do kind of more of this, but I like to be able to have stability, what would that be, vertically on my marker instead of doing this, and I don't know. And Marcelo, if you talk to Marcelo about that, he will have a very strong opinion that is in favor of that as well. I remember I went to his clinic in Utah in 2017, and that was like the very first thing he said at the clinic. He had a very strong opinion about people, because it was started to become really popular within paintball that people were starting to wrap their thumb underneath their gun, and he hated it. And so the very first thing he did was make all of us change, and then we just did reps, like gunfighting drills, and pretty much the entire first day he would yell at us if we changed our thumb. It was so funny. By the way, 42 of you guys in here, if you're watching it right now live, please hit the like button. It does help the video out a lot. If you guys are just tuning in now, you missed my announcement about the merchandise that I'm wearing right now, plus a jersey that will be available for purchase. Hopefully by tomorrow, I will have a link in the Discord server. If you're not in the Discord server, please click the link in the description below to be sure to join. Also, last thing, guys, too, after this stream, we're going to be gaming. We're going to be gaming over at twitch.tv/TheSeekinHD. We're going to be playing Escape from Tarkov. I'm level 40. This is my 4th wipe. If you guys like video games at all, you want to just hang out afterwards, please be sure to tune into that. I'll be sure to link it in the video chat later. Okay, I think we're done talking about paintball guns. Let's talk now about your guys' predictions for what's going to happen in this tournament. So in Group A, I mean, now this is a small sample size. I hope that everybody who's watching this right now has voted. If you haven't, you can go to my community tab and you can vote and kind of change this, but some of this is not going to matter. 155 of you guys think that, well, that's not true. 79% of you think that Dynasty is going to just handedly take first place in this group. And I would probably agree with you. I think MO Kings are a great team, and I think they have a great shot at doing well. I think they have a great shot at taking second in this group, because Diesel has been a little disappointing to me. I love Diesel. I love those guys. I think Mark Johnson is so sick. That guy is a baller at his age, dude. But I just think that Diesel, I don't know. They just haven't impressed me recently. I don't know what's going on over there. Also, Moth, are you serious? Okay, I want to have a tissue ready just in case. I've been getting, I mean, I got the door behind me open, but still. DM15 definitely had an eye pipe, and it was brittle. Eye pipe started at DM7, I believe. Really? I don't remember that. Yeah, no, eye pipe in my DM6. Yeah, I remember not having an eye pipe in a DM6, but that's crazy. I guess 2 eye pipes in my 3 years of DSR ownership isn't bad. Yeah, that's really not that bad. Ultralight frame is so nice. Agreed. You can't claim passion for the Lux when their bolt system is a copy of the PE Gamma. I guess you can. It's your opinion. Well, yeah, so I don't claim that the passion is... I didn't say anything about the bolt system in either. And I would also... I don't know if I would call what PE has in their bolt as passion. I think it's just incredible efficiency. Where I think passion is described in a gun is in the actual ergonomics and the look of the gun. So, but that's why I think PE is an absolute workhorse. Like, everybody's trying to copy the Gamma Core. Can we get a poll for SPV's first Moth? 1 vote for Moth. Well, this guy's gone, so I don't know if the vote even matters. Okay, so yes, I think Dynasty's absolutely going to win. I don't think there's any questions about that. And their group, they've been just absolutely crushing it, and especially with the Kyle Spica pickup, I just think they're going to do super, super well. I would like to see Revo do a lot better than they have in the past, and I'm actually really excited to see Iron Man because of how well they did at Loans or Golden State. So Iron Man definitely coming off of a hot streak. I would probably say that Dynasty takes first and Iron Man takes second. I would love to see that. If Iron Man take second in this group, that would be super sweet. So in Group B, you guys voted 73% that Houston Heat was going to take first in the group. Drastically behind is Red Legion at 10% with 150 votes. Let's see. How many votes do we got? We got an okay sample size. I mean, it's not great. I mean, you know, we've got like 3,000 subs, but it's fine. It's whatever. I get it, guys. So, and then we've got Seattle Uprising, Hurricanes, Thunder. I'm actually kind of surprised that you guys think Thunder is not going to do as well. I mean, certainly this is kind of a this is kind of an all or nothing. We didn't really vote to see who people thought were going to take second in a group. So I get that. But it's also very interesting to see that we've got a tie between Thunder and Hurricanes going on at 7%. I'm not sure who I think is going to take second in this group. But I actually do think Red Legion has a really good shot at taking first. I want Heat to take first. I love Houston Heat. I love Ronnie. I love Tyler. All those guys are awesome. But I would really... Chad's super cool. Chad randomly followed me on Instagram like not too long ago, and I was like, oh, hey, buddy. And so I followed him back. I don't post anything on Instagram, so it's kind of funny. But I love Houston Heat. I think those guys are awesome. But I think Russian Legion has a really, really good chance of taking second. And if they do, obviously, I think Heat will take... Or, excuse me, first. And if they do, I think Heat will take second. But I still think there's a random chance that Thunder could take second seed here. I would probably say that given this bracket, Hurricanes are probably looking for a wild card spot, just because they seem to... maybe their practice against Red Legion went a lot better, or not a lot better, but maybe it went really well, and I obviously just don't know. But because I know they scrimmaged against Red Legion, I think prior to the Golden State tournament, the Golden State Open, but I don't know how well they did against them. But if they're still going up and up. They could do really well, but I think they're probably going to get the wild card slot in here next to maybe Thunder, but we'll see. Thunder's also been playing really, really well. So Hurricanes, baby, dude, I'm all about Hurricanes, man. I love that camp. Taking first in Group C, you guys have as impact. So this is the thing. I should probably just change it up. What I should at least do is not just... I just took these from PB Leagues, but I have obviously everybody seeded in the seeds of their groups, which just makes the voting really boring because it's always the very first. The most interesting one, however, is Group D, which we'll get into here in a second. But who's taking first in Group C? I think Impact is probably a safe bet. The one thing that I will be curious about is to see what kind of X Factor shows up at this event. And I only say that because X Factor on paper is absolutely insane. They're an incredible squad, but they didn't do very well last event, if I remember right. I don't remember if they played. To be honest, I didn't watch the Golden State Open. I didn't care about it at all for whatever reason. But I don't remember them doing super well. Okay, they took third. Just kidding. They took third. What am I thinking? What event did I feel like they just fell flat in? Fourth? I mean, even that's not bad. I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting mixed up with it with some other kind of random showing, but maybe it's when they're not taking first they look very disappointed. What is this? Sunshine State Major? What is this? Latins. Oh, that's when that was when it was like Impact. Okay. This must have been the event that I had taint my opinion. Where are these guys? X Factor? Yeah, taking 16th the first event of the year was pretty brutal. Maybe that really did just taint my opinion of them. Meat Butter, what's up? Meat Butter, thank you for joining, man. How are you? I'm trying to see Iron Man and Infamous in the finals. That would be so sick, dude. Joy Division for the win. Absolutely, dude. Joy Division is sick. So, I would really like to see somebody topple Impact. I don't have any issues against Impact, but I would really like to see another team take first. I would like to see X Factor take first, and if that were to be the case, Impact for sure takes second. If Impact is showing super dominant, yeah, I don't know. I don't think DMG is going to get in. Energy Elite's been really surprising, but I really think it's probably going to be X Factor second, and Aftermath and Energy are going to be fighting for a wild card slot. All right, so the first one, what's odd, the most contentious opinion on this entire Discord server is probably this vote right here. We've had Dan Holiday on this stream so many times. Built so much good rep, good faith, goodwill with this community. And you guys, the moment you can, throw him under the bus. Damage has done incredible this year. Absolutely incredible. Let's back up here. So we'll pull Lone Star, Mid-Atlantic. They won Lone Star, Golden State. So where am I? Lone Star, Tampa Bay Damage, first place. Okay, I just got super lost in the sauce. Damage, fifth place. Damage, where are you, Damage? Did you not play? They didn't play. Okay, I was like, I don't. Wait, what event am I thinking? Oh, Lone Star. Okay, so they didn't play in the Golden State. They played in the Lone Star. That's what it was. How do they do in Sunshine? Let me remind myself. 7th. Okay, so really their most impressive showing looks to be the Lone Star event. Outside of that, they're taking like 5th through 7th. But being first in their group is going to have, you know, I don't know. As far as Infamous is concerned, I think Infamous is a really good squad, but I just think Damage is still coming off of a hot streak for whatever reason. I just think that they're playing super well. I think they're going to do really well. I still think they're going to take first in their group. And I actually think that Columbus LVL, if they fixed the issues that they had in the previous events, that they could do really well as well. So I think that these two, Infamous and Columbus LVL, are going to be fighting for that second spot. And I would imagine that Columbus LVL will get a wild card spot because of it, more so than some of these other teams that I mentioned. But Infamous is super sick, really good. But I think not having Greg Sewers really, Sewers or however you're supposed to pronounce his name, I think is hurting them. Not having him, he retired, right? But let's see, because he retired at the end of 2021, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. I don't think he's going to show up because I think one thing that it kind of sucks about PB Leagues is I think it shows you the roster currently, not the roster at the time, if I'm not mistaken. So this isn't even going to show me anything. It might show me under the Legacy website though. Who's going to win D5? Dude, whoever shows up, man. Oh wow. What is this? This is Legacy. Holy. I'm not going to sift through that. So yeah, I think Damage is going to take first in their seed, and I think these two are going to duke it out. As far as who I think is going to win the event, I think the safe answer is Dynasty. I think it's a really boring answer, and I would really like to see Heat win this event. I think Heat is getting pretty poised and hungry to win it. I would certainly think that those guys are, kind of hungry for a win after their performance. Well, their performance this year has been a little bit lackluster, so I think they're pretty hungry to win. But you guys said Dynasty was going to win this event, which, guys, come on, like, such a boring answer. It's so cliche at this point. My question is going to be, will Dynasty ever become the next Impact, right? Are they just going to win? Are they going to, they're the most winning team in all of paintball, but they had a bit of a break, right? But now they are starting to become, again, the most winning team in recent times. Are they going to become the new Impact where everybody starts to hate them because they just win all the time? I don't think so, because those guys are awesome. They're really good people. So, and that's not to say Impact isn't. Impact is also good people, but it's your boy Meat Butter. Big hello from Cape Cod. Derek, hello. People forget the Damage was unstoppable for a long time. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. I mean, even Dan and I talked about that on stream. Because like a lot of people's opinions about Tampa Bay Damage are that they're very impulsive, that they don't play very methodical paintball. Even I peddled that opinion about them for a while, and I totally have flipped on that opinion, especially after watching them play Lone Star, and especially after having those conversations with Dan. That's a very, very methodical team and a very calculated team. They're very, very good. I think Damage's season is a story of a team that's been hitting their stride. I agree. That's a good way of looking at it. Level sweeping the weekend, Sebas and the world and your mom. Storm Riders is winning D5. We could look at other divisions too, actually. Let's take a look at I'm really curious about the semi-pro division. Hurricanes win the event, cementing themselves. Wow, Christian, that'd be sick. I would totally be down for that. Rookie Legends forever. Taking all the divisions to have an event. Growing the sport is the key. Takes all the divisions to have an event. Yes, I agree. Okay, let's take a look at does it actually show points at practice? That's kind of cool. Let's take a look. Oh, it doesn't. Does it? Oh, guys, the moth is back. Okay, he got away this time. I just spat on my monitor. So I assume this just means that they have this field booked for this time, so we can't see the scores or anything like that. That'd be cool. That would have been pretty cool. Okay, let's look at semi-pro. Not brackets. I meant groups, but brackets still works. Okay, so in semi-pro we have PB Fit, Carolina Crisis, Arsenal, TCP Machine, Preferred Mob. Dude, this freaking moth. Blast Cap, Annapolis A-Team, Padres, Royal City Sea Dogs, Veteran Militia Bravo. Okay. Austin Notorious, CEP, Colorado Blitz, Brawl, Phoenix. Man, these are stacked brackets. Holy cow. Chicago Distortion, Killers, Newbies, New Jersey Jesters, and Ruthless Factory. Wait, is there only one bracket? What? One bracket for Division 2? Oh, weird. That's kind of weird. Wow, there's so many teams in Division 3. Wow, holy. Merch is looking fly. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Distortion wins semi-pro. You think so? Dude, I feel like Distortion came out of nowhere. I don't know. I feel like the first time I heard about him was in the Open at Golden State. I have no idea, though, but I just hadn't been following the semi-pro league a lot this year. Preferred Mob making big moves for this event for semi-pro. Can somebody tell me their history? I know the name. I just don't know what... This is the first time I've seen them show up. But again, I haven't been following the semi-pro division very much. Round 2. Here you go. Here you guys go.
Round 2. Fight.
Yo, if you guys want to see more of that stuff, be sure to join my gaming streams. Twitch.tv/ZeganHD. We do all sorts of voice changes. It's pretty fun. I haunt people in Escape from Tarkov on Factory. It's pretty great. Let's see. Carolina Crisis, Phoenix Rising semi-pro team is stacked too. They always are. I can check their roster here in a second. Let's go, Brawl. I don't know that much about semi-pro, but I got to root for the Killers. Dude, the Killers are great. Distortion equals discount my gun. Oh, trade my gun. Okay. Then that makes sense. Prefer mob is basically New England Hurricanes, you freaking moth. Okay, so let's look at... Wait, preferred mod is basically New England Hurricanes? Oh. Oh, interesting. Let's take a look here in a second then. So we want to take out their roster. We're going to check out Chicago Distortion, Phoenix Rising. I kind of feel like I know everybody else's. Okay. Preferred mob. Let's see. Derula? Is this a brother? Different guy? I don't know Derula's first name for some reason. It's not it's not Jason Derulo. I don't remember his first name, but it's not Jonathan, I'm pretty sure. And I know Derula's ranked very high compared, like he's not ranked D1, but anyway. Donovan. Oh, this is New England Hurricanes. You're right. Yeah. Okay. Isaac Luke, Mantoni. Thomas Mantoni. Oh, that's right. I remember hearing about this. I remember hearing him coming back. That's right. Yeah, that's a pretty sick roster. Okay. Matt Derula. Okay, that's what it is. Thomas Mantoni. I know that name very well. Sweet. Okay, so that's that team. Chicago Distortion. Oh, hey. I thought this guy retired. I'm not going to be able to pull him up here just yet. Dude, these freaking bugs. I got to close this. Hold on, guys. Oh, hello. Letting in too many bugs. Too many bugs. Matt Derula is his brother. Oh, okay. Are you a New England local? Oh, okay. I used to be... I'm in Arizona now. I played on Any Redemption together back in the day. Okay, nice. So, I'm not going to even pretend I know Trade My Gun Outlaws' roster, so we're just gonna move on. I think he's like the famous one of the group though, or at least like, is he the hothead guy? I can't remember. Okay, and then the last one is Phoenix Rising. So I know Austin Beatty. We were trying to pick him up at the beginning of 2021, and then right at that time he was trying out for... He got interests from Seattle Thunder, and he went to go practice with them, and then he didn't get picked up, and then he went to go practice with Aftermath, did get picked up, and then didn't play with them. Because he got injured, if I'm not mistaken. Austin Beatty is great, though. Big homie of the Bro Army camp. Again, I'm not going to pretend I know these people, except I know Brandon Unger. That's cool. I didn't realize he's playing. He's back? I know he took a break. I know he took a long break to focus on other stuff. But that's cool. Good for him. That's going to be really fun to watch. I would imagine Austin plays behind him, but maybe not. Maybe they'll try to split him because Austin Beatty has a lot of experience, obviously. So as far as... This is going to be a really, really interesting, really, really tough division or group. Obviously, I think Paintball Fit stands a really good chance of winning the whole event. It's just AC Dallas, old AC or recent AC Dallas. So I feel like those guys are probably going to win the group, if not the tournament. But I do think Carolina Crisis stands a really good chance. I'm not sure about Preferred Mob but they also, again, have a really good team. I don't know how long they've been together for. So Austin is a beast, man. I've drilled with him on a few occasions. Yeah, dude, he's a really cool dude. Blast Camp, Annapolis A-Team, Padres, Royal City Sea Dogs, and then Veteran Militia Bravo. I would have said that Blast Camp is going to take this group handedly. But I do think Annapolis A-Team stands a really good chance of taking first in this group, and then Blast Camp taking second. But I still think those are probably going to be the top two in that bracket. Oh, wow. What a sick what is go? You guys go, dude. They got D4 ranked players and playing semi-pro. I am all for it, dude. And I'm not even. That's not ironic. I'm all for it. Who's this guy? I know he played for Uprising. It looks like, but yeah, dude. You guys kill at this event. That'd be absolutely sick. So, going back then. So yeah, I'd probably say it's probably going to be one of those two. As far as this group is concerned, CEP Austin Notorious, Colorado Blitz, Brawl. I think if Brawl is a team that if they can learn how to, so this team, in my opinion, from at least, I mean, I have not watched them locally. They have really good practice partners at their field. I'm pretty sure they play a lot of those teams around the TSXL area / like East Coast generally, if I'm not mistaken. Like New Jersey Jesters, I think they get quite a bit of looks from. Maybe even Revo, but I'm not sure. These guys... Kiddo, please go to bed. What is wrong? But if these guys can learn how to turn on the aggression or how to play slow ball effectively. Sorry, I'm just pulling up the baby monitor here real quick. I think that's probably their biggest struggle, is just that they're a go team. They're a very hyper aggressive team, and I still think they're trying to get their bearings when it comes to playing like slower methodical ball, but I could be wrong. But again, super solid squad. I think they could take a second. I think they could take a second spot here. But this is honestly a pretty big toss-up group for me. I think Phoenix Rising Platinum has a good chance at winning the group because of the fact that their roster is pretty sick. So depends on how well Brandon Unger plays, I would say, because I imagine they're going to play him every point, and it's been a minute. So I know he played a 10-man event recently, but hey guys, give me just a second. I gotta see what's going on with my little boy. So one sec, guys. Okay. Unfortunately, he's just having a hard time. Let's see. Brawl plays Hurricanes and Revo I know of. Oh, okay. Arsenal, A-Team, Brawl all at the same field often. See, that's a freaking sick practice squad. A-Team is pretty good too. I agree. Leverage is winning D2 for sure. Interesting. Okay, okay. A-Team squeaks in for the podium. Gotta support my boy Pat O'Brien. Nice. Hey, it's Russell from Hustle PB on Rising Platinum. Wait. It's Russell from Hustle PB on Platinum? Wait, in the chat? Or is that a channel I don't know of? Anyone here playing in the 3v3 novice? I'm heading out, y'all. Have a good one and good luck to anyone playing in Chicago. Hey, PB Ninja, have a good one, buddy. Thank you. Cool. Awesome. Okay, so like I said, I think this one's going to be a toss-up. Probably, I'm going to honestly probably give it to Phoenix Rising to take at least top 2. And then I think it's going to be a battle between Brawl and... I'm going to give it to CEP. Battle between Brawl and CEP. I think Austin Notorious is really good. And I think Colorado Blitz is great as well. Honestly, all of them are good, dude. This is a really good group. Also, my boy Caesar, dude. This guy's a homie. This guy's awesome. He was playing with their D2 squad not too long ago. This guy's awesome. So good for him. Okay, going over to Group D then. Distortion, Killers, Newbies, New Jersey Jesters, and Ruthless Factory. I don't know anything about Ruthless Factory. Nice. Okay. Sick. Doesn't look to be... No disrespect, but anybody of note. But that's okay. So I would probably suspect that this is going to play out just like we see it, except Newbies is always a wild card. I think Newbies is a team that could always take first in their group, but they play a very slow style of paintball. They play a very hold style of paintball. So it just depends on how well they'll be able to hold people from their bunkers, at least in my opinion. And I don't think the back center is well equipped for that. So they might struggle if they're not willing to play aggressive. They also lost Vasquez to Dynasty, who was a really good player. So they might struggle this event still, but we'll see. Cool. As far as D2, I'm not going to do this after D2. There's just too many new teams and stuff. Carolina Crisis Bronze. Is that their team? Matthew Davies. This chump doesn't have a picture uploaded? What, do you think you're so famous that you can't upload a picture? Matt, the gym rat? Let's see. Leverage, Kansas City All-Stars, Arsenal X, Jits Crew, Struggle. Wait, is this the pro team Struggle? Did they lose their roster? That's actually something I just put together now. Is Struggle not playing semi-pro? Yeah, is this the team? I wonder what happened. Because Struggle's always a team that's done really well, but if they're deciding to take a step down, good for them. I think they'll do really well if that's the case, if they have at least some of their core guys, but I'm not sure they do. Leverage. It's a small roster. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 guys. Good for them. Sick. Okay. Yeah, dude. Matt thinking he's too cool. Ironman dropped Gunter. He's playing on Ruthless. Let's see. Oh. That's sad. I'm not surprised, only because I think when they picked him up before New England Hurricanes, and those guys are obviously like a super tenured team. He probably just got overshadowed, but his form was really bad, guys. If I could be critical in a positive way. His form was really bad when he came off the Starbucks and like was shooting, like running and gunning. He did the thing where, I mean, you know, to each their own. He's, you know, he made it on Iron Man. I didn't, so. But it was just not. I'm not surprised. I'm sure he's a great player. Not surprised. Don't hate me, Gunther. I don't mean any malice by it. Okay. So yeah, I think who I'm gonna say is gonna win this event. I don't know if I said who I thought was gonna win this event. Dude, I'm giving it to my boys Damage. Let's go. I'm giving it to Damage. That's not a meme either. I actually think Damage has a good chance of winning this event, but obviously they've got some powerhouses to get past. But I think Damage is going to take top 4 at least, and I think they have a good shot at taking first, depending on who they play. I think if they play Dynasty for semis, they're going to struggle. But I think if they can play Dynasty in finals, I think they have a good chance of winning. I don't know why I feel that way, but just how I feel. So I'm rooting for my boys Damage. I think it'll be great. Let's see. Let me take a look at some other questions here in this Discord server that you guys have asked, and anything you guys want to talk about. I mean, whatever you guys want to do. We kind of looked at the teams that are going to be playing in each division, kind of talked through that. I wanted to do something a little bit different, but we're mostly just hanging out, guys. Mostly just chilling. You know what I've not been very good at is checking with like recent videos, man. I have not been doing a good job of like following up with some of my buddies. Anytime we ever watch a video on stream, we always link it in chat, and be sure to go and like that video. It's the kindest, you know, most courtesy we can offer to somebody. I want to watch a little bit of this real quick. I'm not going to watch this whole thing. It's obviously 20 minutes. I'm not going to watch it on stream unless you guys want to. Also, if you guys have not subscribed to Soulless Photography, you're doing yourself a disservice. Dark Horses, Iron Man, and Revo. I would throw New England in there, or New Orleans Hurricanes in there as well. I think New Orleans Hurricanes is going to be a dark horse literally every single event this year. I think that they're a team that could have a breakout victory, surprisingly, or at least a top 4 finish. But we'll see. It just depends on how much work they put in. And in fact, actually, you know what we should do while we're just kind of hanging out and watching? We should actually watch some of these teams a little bit. Here, I'll link this video. We're gonna watch this and see what we think about newbies after. And I guess Colorado Blitz as well. Welcome anybody who's joining the Discord server. Thanks, Hot Cam and Cheese and Chris B. Thanks for joining. I probably gotta scoot up closer. I don't think my camera's focusing. What time do NXL venues usually open and close? Venues usually open at like 6 o'clock. I think they'll say, but venues usually open at like, well, the actual venue itself opens, yeah, at like 6, but vendors don't usually open until like 7:30, 8, depending. But I think they usually give teams about 2 hours to get ready and go if the first games are at 8. How did I manage to just pour a bunch of water all over myself? Jeez. Hey, water wicking, guys. It's a plug. That was intentional. It's a plug for my merch. Buy my merch. It's water wicking. It's not really. I'm actually a little wet. But oh my goodness. Bit of a mistake. Definitely want to keep your eyes downrange, especially if you're running high, but that's okay. Like, you don't need to look at your bunker when you're going to it. That's okay. Good to know. Our first game is 8 and need to pick up the ID before then. Dude, you need to be asleep right now. Isn't it 11 o'clock? Isn't it 11? You need to be in bed, dude. Go to bed. Whoa. Wow. Whoever's coaching the Colorado Blitz has got the plays, dude. Did you see that? What a switcheroo at the start box. It's 10, but we play Saturday. Oh, okay, okay. You freaking moth. You somehow returned. Hmm. Okay. Got a pretty decent hold going. I don't remember what events this is. Excuse me, what event this is. What is this? He probably said it at the beginning at the beginning of the video. Oh well. Good job, Colorado. Way to win. It's 1-1. Nice. Quarters. That guy got nicked on his loader. See if he gets rid of it. Yep. Look at that right there. Pop. Oh, that thing's gone, baby. That thing is gone. Wow. Lives a second life, dude. I still remember I still remember at World Cup last year. Was it this event? Is this World Cup? This looks like it. Wait, hold on. What time am I at? 15 minutes? Oh, Mid-Atlantic this year. Okay. Oh, it's not 15 minutes. I was totally lost on what time it was. But that was one of the points we played against New Jersey Jesters, which we talked about it before on stream. So sorry if I'm repeating myself to some of you, but one of the points we played, I was playing the Dorito 1 that whole event, and I dove into the Dorito off break. And for those of you guys who know, like, the pro field, the Planet Eclipse pro field, or excuse me, semi-pro field, was like that Dorito jump on one side was like super grippy. It was pretty grippy on both, but especially on the side that we were pitting on. And I took a bad fall and my mask fell off. And that's the only time I think that's ever happened in my entire time playing paintball, or at least like at a tournament. And I quickly came down and got my mask back on, but it had full-blown fallen off. And I thought they were going to stop the point, or they were going to, but a ref came and collapsed on me. I got my mask on. He's like, you okay? You okay? And then he let me keep playing, which I guess in the rules, if your mask falls off, you're eliminated. But he let me keep playing, and I went on to shoot 3 people that point. And we won that point. And I was definitely the reason that we won that point, because I shot my mirror. I wrapped and there was 2 people on the inside. I got both of them I killed one and got the other to flinch, and then I ran down the Dorito side and killed that middle guy, and then we won on the snake side as well. So it was pretty funny. But then the guy told me, the ref came to me afterwards and was like, hey, I just want you to know, like, next time that happens, or like, I should have eliminated you, but I didn't. I don't know why he was telling me at that point. But I was like, oh yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for not eliminating me. By the way, 35 of you guys here watching live right now, please hit the like button if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. We're going to be probably done here a little bit early-ish with the pregame show. Probably after this game, unless you guys want me to chat about something in particular, or you guys have questions you want to ask. But after this, we're going to switch over to the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/ZekeNHD, and streaming some Tarkov. So if you guys want to hang out for that, please be sure to join. I'll link it in the chat. Twitch.tv/ZekeNHD. Be sure to, again, subscribe to Solus Photography. Dude, this guy's awesome. I love this guy. He's in the Discord server as well. He just, doesn't ever say anything because, he's like, it's too busy or something for us. But it's whatever, man. He might not actually even be in the Discord server anymore, or he's just offline. He must be offline. He's at the event. I know what his name is, though. Let's see if he's still here. You son of a bitch, where are you? Come on. I actually got to go pretty far to find him. Yeah, he's still here. He's still in the Discord. Appreciate the gun talk and everything else. I'm out. We'll hit you all during the matches tomorrow. Sounds good, but yeah, everybody who's playing in the tournament tomorrow, let me know. Let me know how you guys are doing, either at the end of the day or just whenever you can. I'd love to hear how people are performing. That's a long point. Long point. Wow. One thing that newbies does really, really well, I mean, I might be speaking a little too early, but they do a really good job at holding those down body situations and putting together like how to win that point. So, I mean, Colorado Blitz has a lot of experience within the camp. I'm not sure how much experience this squad has in particular playing in semi-pro. But if there's a point in which newbies can like slow down the series and make really kind of weird, I don't know, janky scenarios for Colorado Blitz, I think they stand a really good chance of winning. I know this has already happened. I just don't actually know what happens at the end of this. It's a good point so far, though. Holy cow. Let me pull up. Buddy, go to bed. We might have to take a bit of a break after we stream here, before we stream on Twitch, just because my little guy's not sleeping. It's well past his bedtime. So I might need to go help him get some sleep. Ooh, is that a hit on your loader? Is that a hit on your loader? Oh, he gave him the go-ahead. Wow, good for you. Nicely done. Doing the old Oliver Lang there. Lining up where the shot is and pulling back. Good for you. Solid break. Two people in the back center. Wow, same time, huh? That's pretty sick. Yeah, I was wondering if I was blocking the camera. I mean, it's not a hit, but it almost looks like it's a hit on his little goggle strap. I definitely want more firm footing on that. It's a bit wide. Sorry, I'm just trying to take a look and see what's going on with him. I don't know why he's not sleeping, man. Thanks everybody who's liked the video. I appreciate it. Thanks for you guys for hanging out. I know we're just kind of chilling. It's a low-key stream after we talked about predictions and stuff. He looks like he's out of shape right now, or winded. He looks pretty gassed. He's going kind of slow. Oh, don't challenge that guy. You don't need to challenge that guy. You can just go underneath that. Now you've alerted. Nice. Huge kill. Huge kill for that snake side. guys need to put together something. I don't know who's in the lead, if anybody. I haven't been paying attention to the score. Who knows? No way that happens. Okay, that's a trade. That's a pretty bang on trade right there. If that's his first shot, let's take a look. Sorry, I didn't mean to back up so far. Okay, so not hit yet. Just hit right there. Does kill this guy. And shoots past that to shoot the other dude. So hit. That, I mean, I don't know if they're going to call a red flag on that, but it would be from a technical perspective. Okay, wow, good for you, good for you. Yeah, that was not. With 4 seconds left on the clock, the match has ended. Final score's 2-1. Oh, I was gonna say, like, I feel like the score was really low, super low. Anyway, guys, I think that's it. I think we're gonna call the stream there. I know it's late. I know everybody who's playing in the event needs to get some sleep. We're gonna end the stream for now. Again, if you want to watch Tarkov after the stream is ended, we'll probably shoot to be online at around in the next like 30-ish minutes or so, maybe a little sooner than that. But I gotta make sure that my kid gets some sleep. So thanks guys so much for watching. Hopefully I see you guys here in a little bit. Be on the lookout for the link for purchasing this merch if you're curious. Again, dry fit t-shirt or jersey. Be sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed the stream, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.